So why is hope important? Why does hope matter? And how do we cultivate it? Well, to get inside of that, I want to use an illustration from one of my seminary professors, Scott Swain. He talks about how we can view the heart. And what he says is that oftentimes what we do is we view the heart like a cup. And so if I have a cup like this, I can fill this cup with coffee or with tea. And I don't know why I would fill it with coffee, but that's how some of you roll. But I wouldn't want to fit both of them in there because that would be kind of gross, right? So I don't want both. It's just one or the other. And so in our life, we experience pain, we experience suffering and trial and failure. What our hearts get filled up with, sadness, hurt, pain, fear, anger, worry, anxiety. And we think, hey, in order for my heart to be filled with hope, I've got to empty out all of that bad stuff in order to fill it with the good stuff. And so what we try to do is we use gospel promises to try to empty all the junk out of our heart in order to fill it with the good stuff. But here's the problem with that. It's an over-realized expectation, meaning this: the glory that is to be revealed hasn't come yet. We're still groaning. We still experience pain. We still experience suffering. For us to put this expectation that we can just empty all of that stuff out of our hearts is to put an impossible burden on ourselves and then rack ourselves with guilt because we don't do it. Why do I still feel sad? Why am I still hurting? Why do I still worry? Why is there still pain? Why is all of this angst still going on in my soul? I can't get rid of it. I'm a failure. Look, yes, sometimes sin gets mixed in with that, and we need to repent. We need to get rid of that. But we also recognize, look, sadness, pain, hurt, sorrow, certain kinds of fear and worry are actually good things because we live in this time of groaning, and it shows that we're adequately embracing the season. We're taking it seriously. Those kinds of responses are sometimes good. And so if we see our hearts like a cup, we're setting ourselves up for guilt and failure. What he says is, it's better to see our hearts like a scale. The more biblical picture is one of a scale. The heart is where we weigh and we measure and we ponder and we judge thoughts and emotions and experiences. And here's what happens in this world of suffering and sorrow. We experience those things, and in the midst of those things, they create things like pain and sadness and fear and worry and sometimes anxiety. They just pour a lot of things in our hearts that are heavy. And look, if this is all there was, yes, this would weigh us down and this would crush us. But this is where gospel hope comes in for us. You see, the gospel offers wonderful, here I got chocolate in my hand, wonderful, sweet counterweight to our sorrow and our suffering and our pain. When these things come crashing into our hearts, here's what the gospel does. Here's what gospel hope does. It speaks a truer and more beautiful and sweeter and heavier word to our hearts. And what does it allow us to do? It doesn't remove this. It doesn't eliminate this. But it empowers us to bear it. It empowers us to carry these things in this season of groaning. It empowers us to carry them in a way that doesn't crush us. It empowers us to carry them in a way that God uses them for our good and His glory in our lives. And so the gospel provides a counterweight in our hearts.